What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackerz.
No one cares.
Oh man, what's going on? Yeah, so if you're new and you're wondering what this is, yeah, this is that was stupid. It's still kind of fun. Whatever. If you've never seen this before, it's basically a tournament of 100 characters, and then each day on the channel I upload one matchup. It is a tournament format thing, so yeah, each day I will upload one of the matchups from the tournament. I'll throw the rules up on screen in just a second in case you want to see them again, if you need a refresher, or if you're new, give you a little bit of a rundown how this whole thing is. So yeah, it's pretty simple. So yeah, let me just throw up the rules. Alright, so the first rule that we have to keep in mind that is very important is this is just for fun, and the reason I want to emphasize that is because we have characters that are spirits, that are assist trophies, that are me costumes. If you like the character, it's simple. You can vote for him. It's just, this is a place to show your support for a character. Plain and simple. If you like a character, feel free to drop a vote for him. There's absolutely no issue with that whatsoever. So this tournament is just for fun. Another big rule is you only get one vote per person. How do you vote? That's also simple. Down in the comments, you simply type who your vote is for between the two characters in the matchup for the day. So today's matchup is actually a pretty good one. Tails from the Sonic series taking on Monokuma from the Danganronpa series. So that should be a good matchup, but we'll get into that in just a second. But yeah, you vote for one of them in the comments. Simply type who your vote is for. You are allowed to vote for both by simply typing both. The rest of the rules, it's a double elimination tournament, meaning a character will have to lose twice before being officially eliminated. And once we get to the results for any of the matchups, if there's a tie, I'll flip a coin on camera. Best and first way to break a tie. And each matchup, voting-wise, only lasts 1 week. So today is Thursday, which means next Thursday, we will get the results of today's matchup. See how that works? Pretty simple. All right, so those are the rules. Let's jump into the matchup and the results for the day. All right, so results from last week was an interesting one because we had a brand new Nintendo character in Akira Howard, however you want to say the name. The new character from Astral Chain, and first appearance in the tournament. So we'll see how Akira did, and to be honest, Akira did pretty decently. Akira ended up defeating Hayachi from Tekken, 52 votes to 27. The little bit of a story, some people were definitely on board with a new character, a new face coming on board in Akira. They wanted to the moveset potential. That was a lot of comments I seen for Akira. They thought the moveset potential would have been great, and I agreed. I voted for Akira last week, so yeah, if that happens, that'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. But people that didn't vote Hayachi kind of specified, yeah, Hayachi is iconic. There were quite a bit of people that were agreeing on that part. I don't think you can disagree on that. But Hayachi was just sort of another in there in a few of the people's eyes that from the comments I was reading were saying Hayachi's another hand-to-hand fighting combatant, and we have quite a bit of those, so it's nothing too unique, but that's just how some people felt. So there you go. Akira ends up moving on in the winner's bracket, but again, Hayachi is still in the tournament, just drops to the loser bracket, so one more loss and Hayachi will be done. So yeah, that is the results. So let's get to the matchup for the day, which who was it earlier? Game 34, yeah. Tails from the Sonic series, and this should be a good matchup. I'm anticipating this one to be a good one. But Tails is taking on Monokuma from the Danganronpa series. So this should be fun. I think I start with Monokuma, correct? Correct. All right. Monokuma brings the despair. Ha! Get it? Because it's a bear. Puns. It's funny if I have to explain it. Anyway, Monokuma. So personally, this is a character that a few months ago I didn't even know who it was. I've never heard of the series before. But that's why I love doing these tournaments, because people they come back and they'll put down votes, they'll explain their votes, why the character, in this case Monokuma, would be a very interesting addition to Smash, moveset-wise, personality-wise, that's a big thing. Monokuma is a really interesting, very fun character. Monokuma is, shall we say, a villain, and that's kind of something I really like, and that's something that's lacking on the roster. Not just DLC in general, but the overall roster. Very much lacking in villains. So that's already a big point in favor, for me. But Monokuma, let me talk moveset potential here. And this Monokuma could be a bit, I don't know, maybe too violent, maybe is the word, just kind of the background of the character. But I still think any character that has sort of violence, a bit more of the violence in their moveset, in their background as a character, you can tone it down, especially for, pretty much almost any character, and still make them fit. And Monokuma is pretty, kind of fits very well with that as well. Moveset wise, I mean, like cartoonish style, looking wise, already fits in Smash Bros. So moveset wise, let me touch on this a bit. So Monokuma does have boxing gloves, if I think so, at least in this picture. This is a mod picture, but gloves, punches and kicks, typical stuff. Does have retractable claws, so you could do that for maybe your little AAA sort of combo. You could do that as like an up air. Maybe an up tilt would work better. Claws come out and you just swipe above you. Something simple there. Let's see what else. Monokuma Monokuma I think has used like machine guns, and I don't think that would transition well into Smash Bros. So I don't know. Definitely, I don't think Sakurai. If Monokuma, if anybody from Danganronpa, I don't think they'd bring a machine gun. But there's still other things. What's the thing? Isn't there like Monokuma? I think it has a staff, and it's like something to do with lightning. Slams it on the ground, and lightning kind of comes around. Could be used as like a down smash. Would be something interesting. The character overall, though, it's like I've been getting a little bit more behind this character. I'd like to see. Speaking of moveset potential, Final Smash, Punishment Time. Oh, that was another thing. Punishment Time. Monokuma does have like a little hammer, comes down and slams on the button here. So you could end up just using the hammer as maybe a forward tilt, backwards, back tilt, forward smash. I don't know. You could use the hammer from the button, not the actual thing, because I think Punishment Time would make pretty. You could transition it well into Smash Bros. Without the added effect, because like for Punishment Time, Monokuma will drag its opponent. In this case, I guess you could say maybe off screen, or it could just kind of be like a little cinematic sort of scene. You activate it, Monokuma grabs an enemy, an opponent, and maybe they smashify it kind of how they did with Joker. You got like the sparkles and stuff like that coming out. So Monokuma basically kills an opponent. That's what that does. So smashify it up a bit. Make it a bit more user friendly. So I think you can still work with it, and yeah, I still think it works. Moveset is there, and Monokuma I think could be one of those characters that are a sleeper pick that not a lot of people are talking about. But if it happens, I don't think anyone should be surprised. All right, that's over. So, yeah, fun character nonetheless. I think it can work in Smash Bros. So, we'll see what happens. But a character that could definitely, absolutely 100% work as a playable character in Smash is Tails. Look. Falcon Punch Tails. All right, I guess Tails is eliminated. Nah, joking. Tails would be a great addition for many reasons, right? Tails is iconic. Tails is from the Sonic series. Lots of people, not just Sonic series fans, but gaming fans, kind of agree Sonic as a series should have a second rep at this point, whether it be Tails, Shadow, Knuckles, Amy, Dr. Eggman, whoever it might be. A lot of people are in agreement that Sonic should have a second rep at this point on the roster as a playable character. I'm in that boat for sure. I mean, look, Sonic and Mario have always been rivals. Nintendo, Sega, obviously over the past, 10, 12 years or something, we've had like a lot of crossovers. Obviously Sonic and Smash Bros. We've had Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. We've had those sort of video games. So it's really cool to see those gaming icons kind of come together in a game, and it's just cool seeing them on the same screen at the same time. So with Sonic being revealed back at Brawl, that was like internet breaking at the time. I still remember that being in school. Sonic gets announced, and just like that was all anybody was talking about for like 2 solid weeks. I'm not joking. The high school I went to, that's if you played games, if you had a Nintendo system, Sonic being in Smash Bros. Was the topic everybody was talking about. Whether they couldn't believe it, whether it was just downright amazing, whatever it was, people were on board for that. And since Sonic has been around since Brawl, and we have newer third-party franchises that keep getting introduced in Smash, which is great, which is fine. Let's not go extremely overboard with third-party, because this did start off as a Nintendo All-Star game, but third parties are still welcome. But when we have new franchises that are getting multiple reps, like Street Fighter, again, nothing against these franchises, but they come later down the line. Street Fighter, we have Ryu and Ken. Yes, Ken is an Echo Fighter, but still, it's a second rep from the franchise. We have Castlevania, a new entrant into Smash Bros. In Smash Ultimate with Simon Belmont and Richter. How did Castlevania get a second playable rep before the Sonic series? Now, perfect. They could have upgraded Shadow to an Echo Fighter of Sonic. They could have easily done that. I know I have tons of Shadow fans that tell me all the time. Would have been absolutely fine if Shadow got the Echo Fighter treatment. Some prefer him as a unique fighter, but if he would get the Echo Fighter treatment, that would have been perfectly fine. I'm not really making much of a case for Tails. I guess I'm making more of a case for the Sonic series. It still works, but Tails has been around, iconic. Everybody knows the character. People will buy the character. He's a big-time fan favorite character. Moveset wise, you could do kind of 2 different routes. Tails could be playing in maybe like one of his vehicles, like one of his inventions or something, similar to like the Bowser Jr. style and the Koopa Clown Car. So Tails could be in something like that. That'd be pretty fun moveset. Or you could just have Tails, feet on the ground. Obviously, he's got the tails. You can hover and everything and do some spin dashes. Attacks with the tails, punches, kicks, sliding, stuff like that. Simple stuff. Tails, 2 different ways you can take the moveset. Very fun character. And what I think this one comes down to me, I've been a big fan of wanting to see Tails in Smash Bros. Since the Smash Melee, the April Fool's joke with Sonic and Tails in the game. Obviously, yes, April Fool's joke didn't happen, but ever since that point, I was like, yep, I'd love to see Sonic, and I'd love to see Tails in. We have Sonic, let's get Tails in now. So for this one, Monokuma is growing on me as a potential character, but I can't pass up. I'm going Tails. Tails has my vote today. Very simple. So let me know who you guys are voting for down in the comment section. Either Tails or Monokuma or both. Totally fine. Whoever you want to vote for, that's your choice. But that's going to be it for this one. So little sneak peek for tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Looks like we'll have a pretty... Okay, that should be somewhat of a fun matchup. Game 35. We have Crash Bandicoot from Crash Bandicoot series taking on Hollow Knight, a indie character that is gaining a little bit of traction here and there. So we'll see if Hollow Knight is able to take down Crash, or will Crash just run through. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. That's the matchup, and then we'll get the results for which matchup. Impa taking on Velvet Crow, so we'll see who the winner of that one is tomorrow. But that is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, as always, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.